Hey guys, what is going on? Long time no see. It's shoot, I don't even know when the last video I posted was. It had to be like February of 2021, maybe, which now puts this at like maybe it was March, but roughly a year since my last video, and Jesus, it's been so long. But I I was thinking the other day, and I still get a lot of messages and comments and stuff on my videos, and people have been asking me why I haven't been making videos, and honestly, I don't really have a good explanation. Um, Besides, my car's been down for like a year, and I haven't really had a whole ton of content, and the content I did have was kind of stupid and boring, and or at least I thought so. Um, it wasn't all that exciting, so I didn't really feel like posting any of it, and then I just kind of didn't do YouTube for quite a while. But I wanted to get back into it because I kind of miss making videos, and you know, I can make up some good content for you guys, especially now that I got the car back up and running, and I can go have some fun with the car. Maybe I'll go out and race it soon. We'll see, but just want to give you guys a update video on everything that's going on with the car, um, and all that, and all my plans for the car here in the near future. It's been a while since I've done one of those, but here we go. So, if you guys don't know, the car, last time it was running was 2020, I think. Last time I was running was I want to say like October of 2020, and it had a comp turbo on it, and it was on, let's see, it had the upgraded high pressure fuel pump, and I didn't have the injectors originally. My car was making like 500 wheel without injectors, and we turned it up a little bit with the XDI injectors on the car, and it probably made a little bit more. Never got to dyno it again. But what actually happened and why the car was down for so long? So, like I said, I had the comp turbo on the car. It was on E85, and I was doing a pull on the way to work, and my low pressure fuel pump apparently died. Usually during a pull, I think I normally see 80 to 100 psi of fuel pressure, and I was seeing 20 or 25, something like that. I can't really remember. And pretty sure the car went lean and took out the head gasket. I was stupid. If you upgrade your DI system, or even add a port injection system, I'd still recommend doing a low pressure fuel pump. You can always do the DW400 kit for these cars, and it works fine. But do something about the low pressure fuel pump, because when it goes out, it'll cost you a lot of money, especially if it goes out while you're doing a pull. It kills all your fuel pressure. But yeah, so the car was down. I pulled the engine, got the engine to Jesse at EMS. He took care of me as always. Love that guy. He answers all my questions, helps me with all my problems. Helps me try and map out the fuel system I'm doing. Basically any problems, questions I have, I can call that guy or message that guy. He helps me out. He's great. But sent the engine up to him. He got the head gasket taken care of, and he went ahead and we got the head ported, and we added Ford Performance cams. They're not the craziest cams out there, but I was like, heads off. Let's just add them in there. They were pretty cheap. I think they were like 180 bucks. I'm like, why not? And they've shown to me, I mean, they haven't shown a ton of horsepower, but I mean, Mark LeChuck's car ran the Ford Performance cams in his last engine, and I went, like 9.2 or something. So, I mean, you can't really complain about that. So I was like, let's go ahead and try it. So, yeah, so now this new setup, it's the same engine as before, which was the boost line I-beam rods with the Molly pistons, balance shaft elite. It's got upgraded valve train. It's got 625 head studs, Focus RS head gasket, and it's just got the ported head and cams now. But besides that, same setup. It's got a ported intake manifold, 5-bar map sensor, eBay intake straight from China. Had to do some modifications just to get it to work, but it works out pretty well because it's just temporary, hopefully, because I'm still on the stock turbo, unfortunately. But I plan to change that in the near future. Just had a lot of things I needed to take care of with the fuel system, making sure it got running and all that stuff. Didn't feel like spending a bunch of money on the on getting the big turbo on there until I made sure the fuel system was good to go. But now that the fuel system's good to go, I'm hoping to go ahead and start looking into what I need to do for the fuel system or for the turbo setup here soon. So currently rocking a stock turbo. I'm gonna throw on. I just got a Tune Plus wastegate actuator that I'm gonna throw on the car. Thanks to my good buddy Dan. He hooked me up with one just to make the stock turbo a little bit more fun on E85 while I figure out what I'm doing for a turbo setup. Because I'm not completely decided yet. I mean, I got a turbo sitting in my room, a 6262, and then I've got Turbo Smart wastegate and blow-off valve. I just don't have the rest of the parts because the whole turbo kit that I was gonna do didn't really work out like I had planned. So I basically have to build a turbo kit around those parts, get a manifold, exhaust, charge pipes, oil and coolant lines, all that stuff. Or I'll just go with a different turbo kit, or I was even in talks with a couple companies about some drop-in kits. Just for the time being, it would be kind of fun to do a drop-in kit, make 500 to 600 wheel, depending on what drop-in kit it was. And, just play around with the car, have fun, maybe go run it like that, see how it does. But as the car sits, it's on the stock turbo, it's on full 85, it's got a return style fuel system. Full return style fuel system. The stock fuel system is not in the car anymore. Actually, the stock tank's sitting up there on the shelf. But it's got a 15-gallon fuel cell in the trunk. It has a Fuel Lab, I think it's 600 liter per hour pump. Fuel Lab filters, I believe. And Fuel Lab fuel pressure regulator. And yeah, it's basically a whole full return style fuel system. I don't think anyone's really done a fuel system like this before in these cars, so it's kind of new to me. I've never built a fuel system before, so but it's a learning experience, but we got it running. Figure out the fuel pressure I needed to figure out how to run everything for the DI setup, and I'll show you that all here in a minute. Show you the fuel cell and all that, but just want to kind of run through everything new that I've done to the car and all that stuff. But I mean, it's a work in progress. We're getting somewhere. I've been slowly working on the car over the last, 5-6 months. I got it running back, it was December 2021, this past December is when I got it running. I think it was like early December, like 8th, 14th, somewhere around there, first half of December. Got it running, got it started for the first time on jack stands. But yeah, let's take a look at some of the stuff that's new on the car that you guys haven't seen yet because I haven't shown you. But here we go. So Fuel Lab fuel pressure regulator for the whole return style fuel system. It did have XDI injectors in the car. However, we had one get stuck, so I just got to send them out to get serviced and hopefully get that taken care of. But the return style system feeds the XDI plus 60 pump that's on the car. So we're going to have the plus 60 pump and the injectors on the car, so I should be able to make, 650 to 700 wheel, I believe. My buddy Brandon, he had the Evo pump on his car and the injectors, and he made, it was either 657 or 667, I think it was. And that was the Evo pump, and I have the plus 60 pump, so I mean, it should, in theory, be capable of 700 plus, so we'll see how that goes. I've got 5-bar map sensor, so I'm ready for all the boosts. Like I said, I had this nice little Chinese intake here, straight from China. Got it off eBay. Works out pretty well. The filter's down in the fender there. Had to get a filter wear cover for it just in case I hit some water or something while I'm driving. What else? Oh, I don't have AC. As you can see, there's a nice little gap there. And let me see if I can get some light. there's only one belt on the car because the AC was down there, but no need for that anymore because frankly, it sucked and it didn't work half the time. And I lost like 25, 30 pounds with it too, so that's cool. It's also got Bmr K-Member. Those are my billet motor mounts. You can probably see the K-Member, I don't know, right down in there. You can see it a little bit. That bar is not a sway bar, it's the K-Member. The car doesn't have any sway bars on it either. Front and rear removed. The exhaust is just catless downpipe, 3-inch down to the axle, and it's dumped. It's pretty loud. It's got a VTA catch can. That's what I recommend to everybody. But I mean, nothing really all that crazy. Hasn't really changed much otherwise. The fuel system's pretty new. I can show you guys the fuel cell real quick. The fuel pump is down under here. Let me show you that first. So I have to get on the ground and get this over with. But fuel pump, fuel filter, and obviously all the lines are ran how they need to be. I'll show you guys the fuel cell. This is a temporary mounting of it, but you know, fuel cell, the lines are ran. There's my wiring harness for the fuel pump. It goes down through the metal here, but that's all wired up, relayed, and all that stuff. So yeah, that's how I fill my car up here. It's not too bad, but it is definitely different, and I get some weird looks at the gas station when I go to get E85, but you know, it is what it is. But yeah, I mean, nothing else really that different. I mean, you know, in the car, I have a fuel level gauge now because obviously, let me set you guys back up on here. I have a fuel level gauge now because obviously, let's see, that's pretty good. Because the stock stuff doesn't work anymore because none of it's plugged in. But you know, whatever, it is what it is. But yeah, that's really the rundown of the car. I 100% plan on getting back into racing here soon. I'm just trying to get everything together. I'm happy the car's running, and I'm happy that everything with it is good to go so far. I've just had to do a couple things here and there to try and, you know, get the fuel system dialed in, and then we're working on the tune right now with Ryan. So, you know, he's getting everything taken care of on that end, and then, you know, probably here in a couple months I'm gonna hopefully be getting either the turbo I have in my house on the car, the 6262, or I'm gonna go with a completely different turbo kit or even a drop-in option depending on what I can work out with some people and see where that goes. Yeah guys, just a quick update on everything that's going on. I truly plan on trying to make some more videos because it's been so long and I need to get back on it. I have missed making videos. I just didn't have a whole lot of content over the past year or so because my car was just sitting for the most part. A lot of things were supposed to happen with the car that didn't happen. A lot of progress on the car that got delayed or just didn't happen. And you know, I should have kept up with it, but you know, that's the past. Can't do anything about that now. And I plan to keep you guys updated on, you know, what I'm doing with the car. There's going to be a lot of little things I got to do with the car. Probably going to add a port injection system in the near future as well. So get that installed in the car, make videos about that and all that stuff. But you know, like I said, I plan to race it. Maybe I'll take it to the track on the stock turbo and see what it does. Anyways, guys, hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, give me a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed, and I'll see you next time.